Welcome to Just a Few More Minutes podcast. This is episode 12. I'm Jeff Gabor. I'm a lead animator at Blue Sky Studios. Alongside me is...
Michael Berardini.
He's on a new mic.
Can you hear me now?
I think so.
I can hear myself.
It's a beautiful mic.
Thank you.
Yes.
And way out in Boston area is Mr. Pete Paquette.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Pete.
Let's unpack this packet.
What's going on, fellas?
What drives that beautiful body of yours? Is it food? It's some sort of liquid you're drinking?
I'm drinking some beer.
Whoa!
Wow.
He's drinking with us.
What, yeah, that's nice. So what beer are you drinking?
Miller 64.
Oh. There's a word for that kind of beer.
Yeah? I don't give a shit.
Okay.
Jeff's drinking white wine again, so everyone...
Yeah, there's a very similar name.
I'm the only one drinking man drinks over here. Oh, my ice doesn't clink. It already melted.
Well, let's get right into it. I started the podcast. Let's make sure we say our usual. Please comment on iTunes. Subscribe on YouTube.
I'm done pleading to you motherfuckers.
Yeah, they're not subscribing. We're never going to get our name. It's just going to be YouTube /watch $V equals UVWMX, whatever. All that
What
crap.
do I
It's gonna
have
be
to
that
do?
forever.
Do you guys need to see my taint? I won't show it to you, but I'll draw pictures. Very detailed pictures. Send that out at JAFMM Podcast on Twitter. All right, everybody? Keep an eye out for that.
All right, so let's jump in our usual animation tip of the week. All right, so I use this. I got this from Graham Silva when he started at Blue Sky. He showed me this overlay that he was using on top of his scenes, and it actually helped me a lot. It was it's a basic thing, but it's just a field chart. The field chart. Do you use the field? Yeah, field chart.
Yeah.
Field.
I mean, sometimes.
Well, let's talk about why. So sometimes understanding spacing or movement of a character can be difficult, especially with complicated characters that have a lot of like moving parts and whatnot. And especially when there's like a moving camera, like sometimes you're seeing your spacing or seeing the background move in relation to your character. It sometimes gets confusing on the spacing, or like, is the character moving straight up, or is it moving just to the right, or is my arc nice and clean? Well, putting on your field chart actually helps you see your character in relation to the screen space rather than being distracted by everything else moving. So putting that on helps you know how far your character's moving in terms of spacing in between poses, and then also just making sure it's moving in a nice arc as well. So I like putting that overlay, and the best thing about it is that it's a simple just toggle switch that you can turn on and off really quickly rather than doing the dry erase marker and putting little dots all over your monitor. It's really cool.
Yeah.
And I use it all the time. I mean, there's a cheat there. Like if you don't really want to use that, or you're not using Maya, or you're using some other animation software, you can just put like an acetate graph over your monitor and stick that to your monitor, and it'll do the same thing. It'll be a little pain in the ass that you're putting it up and down all the time, but it helps a ton. I thought Graham was weird seeing a big old like graph all over his screen, and I was like, that's really ingenious.
No, I've seen you doing it. I'm like, yeah, I could do that, but I prefer drawing on my monitor and getting it super dirty.
Yeah.
I like the feeling of a pen in my hand.
There was an animator at Blue Sky for years, Ryan Dennison. You should remember him, Pete.
Yeah, I remember Ryan.
I remember I took over his desk one day, I think because we had a major flood at Blue Sky, and the entire like floor got wet and everything got destroyed. So I went and sat at his desk.
There's a video of that online.
There is. I think you can still type in Blue Sky Studios flood.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, you can see it. But so I went and sat at his desk, and his monitor was so friggin' dirty because I think definitely on more than one occasion he used a Sharpie on his monitor, so it was just a big black smear. I couldn't even see my animation through his smears. It was awful.
Our dear friend Doble, he loves to give notes and just draw all over your goddamn monitor. And then he just smears it with his hand, and he's like, "Oh, let me get that." And he like licks his finger and smears that all over the monitor. Then he knocks shit over on your monitor. He's a beautiful, beautiful idiot. I mean, emphasis on like idiot. I said beautiful twice. I know a guy that's way more attractive than him.
Who?
Remember I showed you the beautiful Doble?
Oh, yeah. I saw him.
The beautiful Doble?
There's another guy that looks a lot like Doble, but like if he was a GQ model.
Okay.
Have you seen Hans? Hans Animator? He's friends on Facebook with me, and he's friends with a lot of other people. And it would be awesome if you listened to this and he would just hear a random drop, and we haven't like had a strong relationship. But I call him like the new Ray.
I don't know what he looks
Ray. I'm gonna find you a picture. This is a horrible medium for. Look at this. Look at that guy.
Oh, you showed me this guy.
Yeah. Hans Animator.
Yeah, so for listeners at home, we're looking at pictures of people that you don't know.
Yeah, this guy looks a lot like somebody else you don't know. Here, Pete. Can you see that?
Jesus Christ.
It's like hipster
It does
Ray.
look like him.
Yeah. Eat that, Ray.
Is he as stupid as Ray?
I don't know this guy that well.
Okay.
So, but
Maybe.
I'd be shocked if he was that stupid.
We love you, Ray, if you're listening.
He does listen sometimes. I think he's a bit backed up, so he probably won't hear this for like 2 months.
He should take some fiber.
Guess what?
What?
This animation tip was brought to you by. Okay, so we're going straight into the sponsor. Get it out of the way, right, Pete?
That's right.
Yeah.
This week's sponsor, EPT, is the original home pregnancy test and has been successfully used by millions of women since 1977. Today, our pregnancy test features the most advanced technology, giving you easy-to-read results faster than ever. And the EPT pregnancy test is over 99% accurate from the day of your expected period. So you can feel confident in your results. EPT, the chosen method of JAFMM podcast to find out that Jeff Gabor is going to be a daddy in November.
Serious?
I'm serious.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Dude, congratulations.
Thanks, man.
Hooray!
Is this your first time divulging it to the world?
Yeah. I've told a handful of, family and friends, but figured I'd save it for the podcast for you, buddy.
Wow, congratulations to you and Deb. That's
You guys
awesome news.
did it!
You guys procreated.
You fucking...
Awesome.
You definitely have had sex once in your life.
Yep, at least.
Listen to that dumb baby. Get used to this, probably.
Yeah, keep it going. Keep it going. Oh, that's a cute one.
You're such a dad. You did it. You're a papa.
Well, not yet.
Well, you will be. But everyone, leave comments and congratulations.
Yeah.
5 stars for Jeff's sex.
Yeah.
For Jeff's sex.
I did it. I done did it. All right. Thanks. All right. I'll give myself a clap for that.
All right, I'll do it too.
All right.
It's hard to act crazy excited. I already knew.
But it was amazing that we got that sponsor the same week, right?
Pretty shocking.
Yeah, I worked hard on
What
that one.
timing?
Yeah, what timing? Pete, what's in the news this week?
Well, it's been a little bit spare. Let's see.
Yeah, there's good news, there's bad news. What do you want to do first?
Well, let's go to something pretty neutral.
Okay.
Wes Copeland achieved the all-time highest score record in Donkey Kong.
Yeah, flawless victory, basically.
Yeah, 1,218,000 points. You know when you get to a whole number like that, it's some serious shit.
You are right, though. I am pretty neutral about this.
Yeah. So that's some pretty neutral news, but that's it's noteworthy for definitely for sure.
Good job, nerd. Someone's going to break that next week. Move on.
Well, if there is anything interesting to talk about, they're basically saying if you watch the video, there's nothing left to do. That's it. Like, you can't play the game any more flawlessly than that for that long of a time. So that's it. Like, people are saying now you can tie it, but you can't beat it.
It's like 3.5 hours long. It's a 3.5 hour run or something like that.
Actually, do you know if it was on a arcade or if it was a MAME or Mimi or whatever?
I think it was an arcade.
Wow, because they definitely keep records. Yeah, where's our stupid fart? Just in case you want to hit that.
Yeah, I need it. But for now, I've got.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to just keep going with that.
Okay.
Some more news. There was I don't know if you guys saw this. This isn't really video game news. This is more like animation news.
Yeah.
There was a really cool short that displayed all the different ways you could die in space. Did you see that?
Oh, I did see it.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was a collection of 2-second scenes that show people dying in the most random ways in space. Created by Thomas Lucas. Totally worth checking out. Really fun and entertaining.
It was fine.
Why did I miss that?
I don't know. Because you don't read your emails. Another piece of news that I was way more excited about than that short, which was fine. I do like space stuff. But Michael Dudok DeWitt's new trailer for The Red Turtle. Did you guys watch that?
Oh, damn it. I didn't see that.
Oh, my God.
The Red Turtle trailer.
It looks so fucking amazing.
Does
Is
it?
it Mario Brothers related?
No. It's... I think...
Is that Studio Ghibli?
Yes, I'm a
Studio
little
Ghibli?
fuzzy on how it actually is all being laid out, because obviously it's not like a full Ghibli movie. I think they might have just produced it, or they actually did the animation and production on it, but it looks fucking perfect. Like, the style of that movie, if I could make a 2D animated movie, it would look something just like that. And the whole movie is dialogue free.
Really?
Yeah, and it looks like there's going to be so much fucking emotion in that goddamn movie. Oh, man, it looks... Oh, jeez. You just... No. That's Teenage Ninja Turtles. No, there's no red turtle shell. It's
What is it called?
The red turtle.
Oh.
La Tortue Rouge.
That's the one.
La Torta Rouge. Cool.
Wasn't that music already?
Oh, yeah, that's nice.
Shit's gonna make me cry.
Oh, water. Water's always so dramatic. Cool. Everybody should check this out. It looks just like Little Mermaid.
No, I guess it does a little. He's gonna yell now.
That's cool. I like that we fixed our mics that I can hear it at the proper volume now.
Yeah, I guess. I've never been able to hear any of it.
Oh, you can't hear it right now?
No, I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Jeff Gabor totally spent some time and upped the production value.
This is it. This
Podcast.
week 12 is where we figure it out.
This is the best it's gonna get, idiots.
Yes. Well, especially because Pete may not be around ever again.
He's dying?
Yeah. Well, let's hope Pete stays on, but... Or maybe we should hope he doesn't. I don't know what to hope. Doesn't matter. Let's not get into it.
We'll discuss
So let's
it when
keep
the time
going
is right.
with the news.
Okay.
So Nintendo dropped the price of the Nintendo 2DS to $79 and debuted a new slogan that states, "There's no play like it," which is totally fucking lame, in my opinion.
Yeah, that slogan blows.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't even make any sense. So, that's my...
What was there one in the 90s? Like,
Now you're playing with power? Superpower?
Oh, yeah. That was the first one. And then there was the one... Like, what was the one that combated Genesis? The, like, why go to the next level when you can go light years beyond? Or was that Genesis's to Nintendo's?
I can't remember. I know that Genesis does what Nintendo don't.
Yeah, that was good, too.
Yeah.
I like that you turned the music on for 10 seconds, then you turned it off so you could do a
I'll
search.
put it back. Yeah, that was it. So Genesis was Welcome to the Next Level, and then Nintendo was
Take it to the next level. Some Rio humor for you. keep going.
It's not this level, it's the next level's the level, right?
Sure.
All right. Well, but yeah, so Genesis was welcome to the next level, and then Nintendo like combated it, said, why go to the next level when you can go light years beyond? Boom. That was their drop the mic. Pretty cool.
Pretty neat.
That's the only time I can actually remember Nintendo getting combative. Like, I can't remember any other time of, like,
When they even
them
gave a
calling out
fuck
other
about
places and
anyone
stuff,
else.
yeah.
Man, those were the days when Sonic would never be seen with Mario, and now
Now they're at the Olympics together in Beijing.
Yeah. So,
Sucking down some
Nintendo,
of
other Nintendo news, Nintendo is getting into the movie business.
That's pretty cool.
that. A Nintendo Cinematic Universe? An
Nintendo.
NCU?
Nintendo hopes to have the first movie ready in the next 2 to 3 years. They're considering their own franchises, including Mario, and not much else was revealed.
So, Pete, what would you, like, if you were to pick the first franchise, what would you want to see animated?
Well, is this animated or is it live action?
They said primarily animation is their, like, focus. At least that was what the interview seemed to indicate.
I think I would love to see a Metroid movie.
Boom.
I was thinking that too.
And we're all on the same page. Metroid's like number one.
Dude, it would be so cool.
Yeah.
Fuck Zelda. Bitch, stay in your tower.
Well, because that ground has been covered before, I feel like. Right?
Well, didn't they just release
Yeah.
didn't Nintendo just release a YouTube series about Zelda?
What?
No idea.
I think they did.
Huh.
I meant to include that in the news. YouTube series on Zelda. And here's a bunch of dead air.
No.
Yeah, that sounds,
Hold
sounds
up.
good. We'll
Hold
just play
up.
some... We got some jazz to fill it up.
This baby's having a fun time. Tell me more, baby. What's going on in your life? Yeah? Baby, you're crazy.
Oh, baby. I like that one. The ticka-ticka-ticka. Ukulele-yay.
You can lick an A.
Yeah, play it again.
Okay.
That little baby's trying to say ukulele. I bet.
A Chinese Zelda movie based on crime drama releases on YouTube today.
Say
It's the only thing I found.
Oh, God.
what?
Let's just pretend that didn't happen. That news story didn't.
Link quits the police force to search for Zelda,
No.
a key
No.
person to Ganon's crime empire.
All I know, I know, like there was supposed to be like a Mega Man series greenlit. That's all I remember.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the hell with that. Forget I even mentioned it.
I'm forgetting it right away. Either way, it's still interesting that they're doing their own. Like they're not. What's interesting to me is they're not licensing it out. Like I wish, like from my own like self-interest, it'd be cool if they were licensing their franchises out to bigger studios like Blue Sky, Disney, Pixar, whatever, and then we could play with our characters more.
That would be awesome, though.
You wouldn't want any of those franchises.
Nah.
Blue Sky does Metroid.
Nah.
Okay.
See, I think
Jesus
Blue Sky
Christ,
would be.
Pete, get into the camera. I can't fuck. I see your goddamn elbow.
I think Blue Sky would be a good fit for like
Mario Party?
Well, I was gonna say like Yoshi's Island or something. Like
You're
that.
fucking fired.
No, I'm not.
Yoshi's Island?
Or like
Oh man.
What are you trying to say, Pete?
I'm saying the style.
Oh, yeah.
Style.
You know.
Look what
I'm
we
not
did
saying
with.
you could. I'm not
Epic.
saying you couldn't do
Metroid.
other franchises. I'm just saying that I think the style would match Yoshi's story quite well.
Well,
Fun, bubbly, cartoony.
they're
That
not
kind of
coming to us, so... Good
Well,
luck
okay,
to you,
let's
Nintendo.
go bigger. Like ILM does Metroid, or Like, I trust other studios more than I trust Nintendo building their own animation studio. Everybody knows how difficult, well, not everybody, but we know how difficult it is for startup companies to produce an animated movie, right? And so Nintendo's like, yeah, in 2 to 3 years, we're going to produce our first movie. They don't have a studio yet. Bullshit.
Yeah.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Or it could end up like the Ratchet and Clank movie, you know.
Right, which is like, I didn't see the movie, so I'm not talking about the quality of it, but it's sad that it made so little money. And
Yeah.
I'm sure that has a lot to do with marketing, but then there's also the visual look of it, comparing it 1-to-1 with Zootopia, which was common. I saw a lot of comparisons comparing the look of the main. Yeah, I saw like Ratchet being compared to the fox, whatever his fucking name was.
Fox.
Fox. That's what you're trying to say.
Alex the Fox.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
Damn. I don't know.
Okay.
There's Judy Hopps.
Nigel Carruthers.
Judy Hopps and Brandon the Fox.
Yeah. Isn't it always supposed to be alliteration?
I don't think
So
they
it's like,
abided by that.
what's an
rule.
F name?
Fuck, what's his name?
Ferris the Fox.
Everyone is listening and they're like, it's obviously Garrett. Don't look it up. Don't you look it up.
He won't let me look it
I'm
up.
going to think about this the rest of the...
All right, I'm going to look it up just so I know.
No, P.
All right, so
Don't
anyways,
say it, though.
so there's comparison between Ratchet and Ferris the Fox from Zootopia.
It's Wilder Valderrama.
You're right. All right, so Wilmer Valderrama from that 70s show looks a lot more appealing than Ratchet from the movie. So I feel like that has an impact on
You're
them.
just saying that as fact or as personal opinion?
I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot that has to do with it, like I mentioned, the marketing. And then, yeah.
Because I go back and forth with this appealing phrase. Everyone says appealing is like, there's only one way to be appealing.
Well, let's talk about, real quick, just like, we'll get back to the news in just a sec, but if you were to attribute the success of Zootopia to one thing, what would you say it is?
Story.
So the $1 billion it made was the story alone.
Yeah. The word of mouth because of the story. Not because the fur groom was really nice.
All right. Pete, what is your guess? Because I'm going to tell you the right answer.
Oh.
I think I think word of mouth played in it for sure. But I mean, what initially gets people to sit down is seeing the trailer. So like the look of it.
Right. So I'm leaning. You're definitely right, Michael, that the eventual $1 billion was the story, but the initial $800 million, I think,
Disney movie.
Well, I'm sure that plays a part, but I feel like even if you were to put Blue Sky in the front of it, it would have made very close to the same amount of money. No, really, because I think, Pete, you're dead on. What made Zootopia so successful was that sloth trailer, because it was hilarious. The fact that went in front of Star Wars and the whole audience basically booed when they saw a bunch of CG animated cartoons come in front of their precious Star Wars, and then within that, 2-minute trailer, had the entire audience laughing and saying, I want to fucking see that, is amazing.
Who was booing? We were in the same theater.
We were in the same thing. You didn't feel the gasp of like, oh, here we go.
You're making shit up, bruh.
I felt the energy. Were you in the presentation?
I experienced the same exact thing. Same exact thing happened to me when I went to go see Star Wars.
See, he felt the vibes. It was a negative vibe at the beginning, right?
Oh yeah.
Which
And
well, no, I'm not gonna say.
I even heard somebody say just what we want to see. And by the end, everybody was in tears.
Yeah.
Did you turn around and say, "Eat it, motherfucker! Animation is an art form, turd durgler"?
But I think Jeff has a point here because I can remember the first Ice Age trailer. There was no clips of different parts of the movie. There was no little one-liners. There was nothing like that at all, like what you get now. It was literally the sequence of Scrat.
Yep.
And Scrat it's the first part of the entire first sequence. I don't know why they don't do that anymore.
Yeah, there is other things to attribute to the success of Blue Sky, but this is way before I was there, so I feel like I can talk without like speaking for Blue Sky. But from my opinion, in that day, Blue Sky's success 100% came from that first trailer. Because I remember sitting in the movie theater for Prince of Egypt, and the trailer for Ice Age came on, and I was like pissing myself laughing because that squirrel came up out of the brush and like started doing that snorting, and I laughed so fucking hard, and the entire theater was like, I gotta see that movie. That looks hilarious. And I feel like it's a very similar thing to Zootopia, that trailer.
But you're saying people went and saw it because of the way it looks. They're laughing at the content, not the way it looks.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, exactly. I agree.
Okay.
It's the content of that. I know. I guess I'm having a mixed message because I was talking about the comparisons visually of the two characters, but I guess I'm also saying that it's too bad that there was no marketing or no material for Ratchet and Clank that put people in the seats to even give it a chance.
Well, yeah, like I see countless movies all the time. Never saw a single Ratchet and Clank trailer in a theater.
Yeah.
Like, I only knew about it because I read video game websites on a daily basis.
The marketing was, like, invisible.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that story that was circling around that, like, one of the writers was trying to distance himself from the movie?
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was, like, one of the original writers, and then they brought on, like, a new director, and then he sort of bowed out, and now he's, like, apparently on his Twitter page, his, like, pinned tweet is basically saying that, like, I didn't really have that much to do with Ratchet and Clank, so, you know, you can still give me jobs and everything. It's like, that's a shitty move.
That is a shitty move.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, it's still in theaters. My son wants to go see it.
That's good.
So I'm going to take him.
I want to see it too, because I beat the game, and the game's great. And there's a lot of cutscenes in there straight from the movie, and the movie doesn't look bad. I mean,
no.
I think it also says a lot about the game that, like, sometimes it's like, is this a cutscene from the movie or a cutscene from the game? But, I don't know. Whatever. It's cool.
Yeah. So, continuing with the news, and continuing with Nintendo news, Tetris is going to be made into a movie.
Oh, boy!
That's like right up with doing Battleships. Like, how the hell do you make that a movie?
Like
Apparently
this.
it's going to be a sci-fi trilogy.
You do this. That's how you write the script. That's who you hire. You record them doing that. Then you fucking add music, you got yourself a $1 million movie.
Up top.
All right.
Yeah.
$80 million.
Well,
For all three movies?
I don't know about all three. But I know that they have an $80 million budget for the first one, at least.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
In live action?
Yeah, they don't say.
Yeah, it's got to be live action.
I bet you there's a tie-in to that sweet Adam Sandler flick, Pixels.
Well, speaking of which, Centipede and Missile Command are also in production.
All right, let's talk. Let's show our storytelling skills. If I just gave you money, legitimately, and no joke answers. If I gave you money right now, like worth your while money, to write me a spec script for Tetris, now I'm going to give you $5 million for it. Like, how would you treat that franchise? Like, what core idea would you use?
Listen to me right now, because I'm going to tell you how to make this movie. Did you see The Imitation Game?
No.
It's a movie and a story, World War II, where they try to break the Nazis' code.
Oh.
So, you go... No, I'm going to make it... It's going to be a Civil War period.
We're going a different route.
Civil War era movie.
1961 to 1965.
That is...
1861 to 1865, sorry.
So,
It was about Rosa Parks, right?
All right, we're taking out the Civil War. We're going.
Just joking.
It's gonna be a World War II. No, we'll make it futuristic. World War III, because that'll sell the tickets.
Ooh.
World War III. Okay, everyone's fighting.
Kim Jong-il.
Kim Jong-il. North Korea has gone even roguer, and they're sending coded messages to the other North Koreans from one side of Korea to the other.
Yeah.
And
This
then,
is the longest elevator pitch ever.
hey, fuck you! I'm.
This is improv, motherfucker.
This
Shut
is
the fuck up.
This is a long elevator ride, you piece of shit.
Yeah, we're riding up to the 17th floor.
Yeah, penthouse,
Ah.
Playboy, Stalin.
Stalin.
World War II?
3. They bring him
They
back.
brought him back. North Korea
He's still
brought
frozen.
Stalin back.
Yeah.
And Walt Disney. Turns out he wasn't an anti-Semite, so they just sent him off. They didn't need him anymore, and he died.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
But anyway,
He spent a lot of money getting him back, and he's just like,
he's just
I'm really
like,
not interested.
kill me. What have they done to Mickey?
Almost got a wine spit take there.
So anyway, the U.S. government is really struggling to decode their messages, but lo and behold, a group of teens in Pennsylvania have been playing a game, and they cracked it. They cracked the code
They found out that the code was all based on.
on Tetris,
Whoa.
and especially the extra long one that fits in so nice when you need it. Like, that was the hinge, that was the crux of their code. But
Man.
but like what really hammered the nail in the coffin was the T shape,
That's a good one.
because that one actually stood for the letter T, and they're like, oh my god, those North Koreans use T in nearly every word. They're like, no, I was gonna do some sort of accent. I decided against it.
I'm dying to blow.
Yeah. So anyway, they have to get the youngster kids into CIA or the FBI to basically tell everyone, this is how you play Tetris. And they're like, whoa, Tetris, what is this? Because they had to design the game, and you have to do it on the fly. And once you delete a line, you got yourself a sentence, motherfucker. So they're like playing, and clock's ticking, and they're sweating and shit. And every sentence they break, they're like, oh my god, they're gonna attack Pearl Harbor
Again.
again.
Those North Koreans keep going after it.
Well, except Japan did it last time, but you gotta learn your history.
No. I was talking about Asians in general.
All right. But anyway, they get there in time. They just bomb North Korea. And, the kids save the day. Tetris becomes a hit. And lost my headphone. And, the sequel setup, they run into, like, diamonds are falling out of the sky. And they're like, Bejeweled.
Ooh. That's good. They have to raising the ante of how difficult the games are.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that guy play the invisible mode Tetris?
No.
That was
Are you
cool.
going to clap for me for my good story?
All right.
Pete?
I'll clap too.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Well, Pete, you've seen Simmons play
Oh yeah,
Tetris,
Simmons.
right?
Simmons is well, he used to be anyway, and I don't know if he still plays, but he was quite a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I've been trying forever to see if we can get it somehow hooked up at Blue Sky that we can watch him live. But you can go back and listen to our previous. I don't remember which episode, but
I'm going
Simmons.
to say episode 6. That's a guess.
Okay. Episode 6, Simmons was on. But he is like the most masterful Tetris player. I think he was ranked one time on Xbox Live as one of the world's best players. But man, he is super talented at Tetris.
Ooh.
I'm trying to get, let's see here. Invisible Tetris. Check this shit out. Look at this guy. He's playing invisible Tetris. So you have
Nobody can see it except me and you.
All right, so imagine, if you will, a guy playing an arcade version of Tetris, and you get to see your blocks fall, but you don't get to see once they're placed. So the entire board you have to, like, actually remember.
That's
Sweet
insane.
Jesus. This guy's going to fucking town.
I know, it sounds like it.
Master mode, all clear.
Fucking cool, right?
It's great. I'll call him. We can workshop the script a little bit. I know it needs work, everyone. But, you know, we're still trying to figure out the theme. I think the theme will be, like, brotherhood.
Your one word? Your
Yeah.
one word is brotherhood.
Brotherhood in the face of pure North Korean disaster.
I feel like Stalin
Also,
would like brotherhood.
Learning,
Isn't that like comrades?
learning to love in the time of war. Because I forgot to tell you, there's 3 of the kids. And this is going to be a progressive tale. 2 of them are gay, but they don't realize it, but they also love each other.
They don't realize they're gay.
They don't realize that they love each other.
Is it their love of
Sorry, they know they're gay, but they don't want to admit it to themselves and to the public. But once each other admits it, they have each other to rely on for the rest of their life.
That's a very
God damn it,
story.
Jeff.
That's a very it's a very progressive story. I like that.
Thanks. We're going to call it Tetris the movie.
I was gonna call it Brokeback Tetris, but
That's such a
I feel like it's
terrible
it's on the
joke.
nose. It's
Yeah.
on the nose.
It's also like a 10-year-old joke.
I'm trying to get worked out for my dad jokes. And I feel like that was a pretty good first step.
All right.
So,
All right, that was a. Oh no, wait. Steve Dollar told us not to say tangent anymore, right?
That was a really cool tangent. Here's a segue into the next topic. Pete?
so as I said earlier, the Centipede and Missile Command are also getting movie treatments.
I'm working on those scripts too, but I can't talk about it. Sorry, guys.
Well, I think Centipede is going to blow. I think Missile Command actually has a chance.
Fuck you, man.
Because if you remember the gameplay of both,
Mm-hmm.
Centipede is like your little head on the bottom of the screen, and there's like basically this little snake coming down at you, and you have to shoot the snake. Missile Command had more of a story where you were actually defending against a barrage of missiles. You're defending 6 different cities. So I think that one has more of a chance of being a decent movie, in my opinion.
That sounds just like that Battleship movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it right now. It's going to be a steaming pile of turd.
I'm
you actually see Battleship?
talking comparatively.
Yeah, I saw Battleship.
I heard it was actually better than what people expected. Like, it wasn't that bad. It was bad?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't see it.
No, I was just talking comparatively. They're probably both going to be.
No, I mean, what lends
donkey
itself
shit.
to a better script, definitely. You're right. Missile Command. That was fun. Last year we went to like the retro game convention, whatever, here in Connecticut together, and you know, we went with Rich, our good friend, and then you and I, and we were just sitting there playing Missile Command. That was so fun. That game holds up.
That game's a lot of fun.
Yeah, really cool.
That game's a lot of fun. And sadly, Disney abruptly ends its Infinity line by shutting down Avalanche Software. So our hearts go out to those folks who work there.
Yeah,
Yeah, that sucks.
big one to Disney for that.
I felt like it was doing well, too. It just wasn't doing well enough to Disney expectations.
I don't know, because like to me, it was basically like the animation in the games was awesome. The look and design of the characters, how they gave them each their own sort of design overhaul, but made it unique to the game, was awesome.
Yep.
And
I'm not going to rat out any friends, but it's from the stories I've heard of what happened. It's just, man, it's sad. It's just, it sounds like they got the wool pulled over their eyes and very sudden and unexpected. Just, it's shit.
it sucks. It's a tough business.
Yep. You would know better than us, man.
Yep.
FYI, if anyone actually did play that, there's still like I think 2 runs of toys that'll still come out for it, but apparently they're like already yanking all that shit off the shelves. So
Ooh, collector's
be
items.
on the lookout. Yeah, there's like a Finding Nemo or Finding Dory stuff that's supposed to come out soon that will probably be very hard to find.
Yeah.
And worth a lot.
It'll be hard to find Dory. That's punny.
Those dad jokes, man. You're catching up.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I cannot wait. I can't wait for my first ODAD.
You're gonna wait a while.
Yeah, I know. Have you got your first ODAD, Pete?
Oh, Dad?
Yeah, like, oh, God.
Oh, Dad, your humor is not for me.
No, I haven't gotten that yet. My kids are 9 years old.
Wow, you got a good sense of humor, then. It's right up there with 9-year-olds still, huh?
Or he just has cool kids.
They think I'm funny, so.
I remember the first time I genuinely made my dad laugh. And that sounds like a sad thing, but it's it's not. But it was a very good moment. It made me feel good. I was like, oh, cool. Because he was like, that was a genuine... Well, he didn't say this, but I felt like an adult that was making an adult laugh with an adult joke. And it wasn't a dick joke, Jeff. Don't look at me like that as you...
I'm not. I expect it to be physical humor. Was it physical humor?
I don't remember.
Yep. No, you just said you remember it.
I remember
You're a
him
fucking
laughing.
liar.
I don't remember what I said. It was probably highly cerebral. Made him think. It was probably super political.
Yeah, it was a Ross Perot joke.
Yeah. I called Trump way back in the day. I was like, you see this guy with the carpet hair?
He's gonna run for president one day.
And he's
That's
most
what did
likely
it.
going to win because America's awful.
What was it like? I wonder if his carpet matches his carpet.
Gross.
What's next, Pete?
That was a
There's no more news. That's all the news, man.
He's
That's
got
all the
carpet
news?
in both places,
Yep.
so you don't need to say the drapes part.
Yeah.
That's all the news.
No.
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you.
Well, I can tell you why there wasn't a lot of news in the past week.
Why?
Because Uncharted 4 came out last week.
Ah, that's right.
Actually, yeah. That's
Please
cool.
don't spoil the game. I just got in the mail today.
All right, I'm...
Compliments of Ron Pucciarelli.
Thanks,
He hooked me
Ron.
up.
That's nice.
You can listen to him on episodes something other. 8, 9?
I think it was 9. Maybe... Yeah, it was 9 because we did Just
You're
Us
right.
at 10.
You're right.
Episode 10.
Yes! Good one. Check that out. Check Ron out.
All right, so Uncharted 4 is a game I've been waiting for a long time, and it is officially the one reason to own a PlayStation 4 if you don't already. It is the best game on the PlayStation 4, bar none, of AAA titles, I guess. There's a lot of good indie... Get the fuck out of here. You frustrate me to no end. You own a PlayStation 4. You own Uncharted 1 through 3. Damn it, you're making me mess up the mic. I'm so frustrated. You're going to be an awful father, and I hate you.
It's not going to work.
There, it did a little bit.
Did it?
Yeah, suck
It
it,
did.
idiot.
I'm going to turn it up.
Anyway.
Dude, that was nice and loud.
You're a little... God damn it. Let me talk about my favorite game.
Which game is it? Uncharted 4.
I hope if all of our Twitter followers actually listen to this, give Jeff Gabor so much fucking hate. Because it's such a good game.
Sorry, I'm too busy playing the better game of Enter the Gungeon.
Yeah, that game that doesn't let you progress ever and is super frustrating and stupid and boring now.
Uncharted 4.
Uncharted
Michael's
4.
review.
What? Why do I do this? Okay, so to catch people up who don't know about Uncharted, it's made by Naughty Dog, who's probably the greatest studio living making games today right now.
Did they make Booger Man?
No.
Who made Booger Man? That was a good company.
You got some tangents out the wazoo, my friend. Anyway, previously they made Uncharted 1 through 3, obviously, which were excellent games that everybody loved. They sort of pushed storytelling in video games forward at the time. With each one, maybe not so much Uncharted 3, because they had created a beautiful masterpiece with Uncharted 2. But after Uncharted 3, they made The Last of Us. Neil Druckmann and Bruce Straley were the directors on that, and they're now the directors on Uncharted 4. And you can tell everything that they learned on The Last of Us, they've applied to Uncharted 4. And The Last of Us was definitely... Like, Uncharted games are pulpy adventure games that are basically like playing a modern-day Indiana Jones with, like, a fun, sort of cocky, like, sarcastic main character. And he's a treasure hunter, and he's going after, like, lost ancient cities and stuff. And you follow him throughout all of his adventures, and you meet a great cast of characters throughout. And in The Last of Us, it was definitely a tonal shift from what they had done. It was, like, darker and way more serious. And now I feel like Uncharted 4 is, like, the perfect melding of The Last of Us and Uncharted. They've basically, in my mind, they've, like, elevated Uncharted 4 or Uncharted series in a whole new level. So the basic premise, and if you guys, like, haven't watched any trailers at all, I'd probably tune out, because I'm going to at least talk about characters, and I'm not going to spoil it. But the basic premise is Sam has a brother that we haven't known about before, and that sort of kicks off a whole string of events that gets Nate, the main character, Nathan Drake, sucked in. But the cool thing is, like, the Uncharted games have always been known for, like, big bombastic set pieces and everything. And this game definitely has that, but it's not the most memorable parts for me. It was more the story-driven, character-relatable stuff. Like, Nate is now married to Elena, and how does his, like, desire to treasure hunt affect his relationship with her, and his long-lost brother that he's never even told her about, how does this new relationship that she had no idea existed affect their relationship, and how does it affect Sully, his best friend that went on all these treasure hunting adventures with. And it's like, what is this? Oh, yeah, that's a good article if you haven't read it. Rising to Greatness, The History of Naughty Dog by one Colin Moriarty. But anyway, it's basically story, and it's the best story in a video game in my mind right now. Like, I'm trying to decide if I think it's better than The Last of Us or not. The Last of Us was super serious. This is serious but not overly serious, and it deals with, like, really interesting
What studio
stuff.
made Last of Us?
Naughty Dog.
They're pretty good then, huh?
Yeah, you haven't been listening, have you?
No, I was just giving that to the listeners.
Oh, yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
So yeah, the character relationships are basically the one thing that I took from it. And actually, we had a presenter guy come talk to us about story and stuff at work today, and there was a quote from Maya Angelou that said, like, they may not remember what you said or what you did, but they'll remember how it made you feel. And, like, this movie or this game made me feel a lot of stuff. And it's actually really cool, because it's mostly, to me, one of the main things I took from it was a marital relationship stuff. And that's stuff that's not explored very often in video games. I found that really cool. Graphically, it's gorgeous. It's the best looking game I've ever played in my life, like, bar none. It has this photo mode where you can basically pause the game at any time and, like, spin the camera around the character, and you can mess with like depth of field and motion blur and saturation, and there's like all sorts of stuff in there. And I've taken like at least 50 photos in there just to like, because I liked the way the set looked, or I liked the way the characters were like silhouetted against the backdrop or whatever. And it just looks amazing. I've been showing the pictures to people and not telling them that it's a video game, and they're like blown away when I tell them that it is. And it's pretty fucking sexy. Mechanically, it's pretty fucking great. They've added some stuff that is new to Uncharted. There's like a grappling hook now, which felt a lot like the latest Tomb Raider games, because you'll like walk around and there's always like logs sticking out of the wall with rope wrapped around it, and it's like, oh well, that's where I can swing my hook and everything. But it adds a lot of like elements to climbing and also to like gunplay and combat, because you can like, in that one awesome E3 trailer where he like swings around a rock wall and like slams into a guy,
Right.
you can do that anytime, and it's super dynamic and really fun to do. And then they've also added, which is also new to Uncharted, because they've always been like very, very linear games, and that's one of the reasons the games have always looked so good, is because you don't have to create like big open environments, and you can always funnel the graphics into like one hallway and make it look great because there's no other place to go. But in this one, there's a handful, it's not everywhere, but there's a handful of like big open environments to explore, and they still look excellent. And the game is like full of collectibles that, you know, I'm trying to platinum it, so you have to collect all of them. There's like 110 trophies to collect, plus other things. But like, you can just go anywhere, and they give you so much stuff to do. It's actually very frustrating when you're like OCD about collecting that stuff. And it basically gives you a branching path of like, you can go left, straight, or right, and you don't know which one will be like story related or which one will be exploring treasure collecting stuff. So that actually was one of my gripes. It's never clear like where to go to continue the story or to continue treasure collecting, and half the time I always ended up following the story, because they do a very good job of like funneling you to the next story thing, like unbeknownst to you. But then you can't go back, which frustrates me. But like, once you beat the game, you can just select the chapter and go back and do whatever. But yeah, it's a super excellent, wonderful, beautiful game, and it's a very satisfying conclusion to the quadrilogy, I guess. And I highly recommend it to anyone and everyone.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
So, was that what you've been playing mostly for the past couple weeks?
Yeah, I'm trying to platinum it, so I beat it once, and I'm playing again on the hardest difficulty on Crushing, and then I have to do a speed run of it in under 6 hours. So I got 1.5 more playthroughs.
Wow. I've been playing a game called Pocket Jockey. It's pretty fun.
I mean, that happens when you're waiting to get a new job.
No, it's made by the people who made Pokemon.
I'm sure it is.
It's a horse racing solitaire hybrid.
Why don't they call it Pocket Jockey? Because Pocket Monsters is Pokemon. Pocket Jockey.
Anyways, for the 3DS, good time killer.
Oh, for the
I recommend that
3DS?
as well. Yeah.
I thought you said a mobile game. I don't know why I thought that.
Nope. 3DS.
Alright.
What have you been playing, Jeff?
I am still playing Enter the Gungeon. I want to beat it so bad.
I pretty much gave up on that game. The only reason I still play it is because my wife likes to play it with me.
Yeah. So I'm still tackling. I'm still going through. I've played quite a bit. And saying, like, is that all you've played? I've dumped quite a few hours into it, trying to unlock more stuff, unlock more guns, unlock more just ammunition. I've unlocked a bunch of stuff that would seem like it would help me, but I'm actually, like, I'd be interested if anybody else is having this experience, but slowly it seems like the game's getting harder on me. Like, bad guys that would show up way late in the game are now showing up early. So
I was thinking about that. You could try, and you may not want to, but you could delete all of your save data and just
Right.
restart from scratch and just go to town.
Yeah, I've
If
thought
that's
about it.
even the case. Or you might just lose all of your progress.
I know. But I've slowly unlocked stuff like there's now, like basically we've described in the previous episode, there's 5 levels. And once you get to the 5th level, basically you get to the boss, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully you have everything unlocked and you can beat the game. And so I've unlocked the ability to like use the elevator to go to different levels now, which is cool, but it's not helping me. Like, because since you skip the first few levels, you only have
Start
3
with your
hearts
pea
and
shooter.
a shit gun, so it's basically like, good job, now you can start on level 5 with nothing. So you still have to, like, you can't really cheat. You have to play through the first levels and hopefully not take a hit anywhere and be loaded up on hearts and weapons and all that. So I'm still finding it extremely difficult, but it's a nice relaxing game, because the reason why I don't like jump straight into the Uncharted series is because I can stop and start at any time. I can pick it up for 5 minutes. My wife's on the phone, and I'm like, well, we're going to stop John Oliver. I'm going to play games for a couple minutes. And then she gets off the phone. All right, start John Oliver back up. I can pick this up later. Like, Uncharted's not really like that. Like, there's an emotional investment. It's not literally just like saving and then coming back to it. It's like a movie. You can't just watch it in 15-minute chunks. You won't get emotionally invested.
No, but I also think once you do start playing it, hopefully maybe she would be more interested in it. Because it is, of all of the games out there, the most cinematic series of gaming, in my mind. Just try.
There's just no way. There's
Just
no way
try.
my wife's going to sit and watch me play that kind of video game.
Then
There's
she
no way.
can go do something else. She's pregnant. Let her go. This is what you do.
Get your wife to take her out.
Yeah, sure, yeah. They go out to dinner or whatever. You come back. When she gets back, you have a hot bath.
Well, I don't
waiting for
understand why our wife got pedicures last Sunday, and it only took like an hour. What the fuck was that?
her. I don't know. They're just scraping toenails. That can't take that long.
I was counting on like 3 hours of video games, and it was like nothing.
I'm so sorry.
Oh man, you're gonna be a dad? Hey, hey.
I know.
You got to get these games in now.
I know.
Yeah,
If I don't get the Uncharted series in before the baby comes, I'm screwed. I'm never getting it in.
Yeah, because
Never.
your backlog does nothing but grow once you have kids.
That's what. Before November, I need to play all 4 Uncharteds and The Last of Us.
Yeah.
That's a good goal to set, I'd say.
See, and I was going to say that Uncharted 4 could technically... It's a very good, like, standalone story that you could play without playing the others, but I don't... Like, all the relationships and motivations for people would be lost on you. And if you started with, like, The Last of Us, then going back to Uncharted 1 would be really hard to do.
Yeah. Well, let's use our old podcast name just a few more minutes. Do we have any last words for Uncharted 4 this week?
I wanted to gush about it a lot. There's one gripe that I have about it. One more gripe besides the treasure hunting thing. Like, Pete, did you see their latest, well, not their latest, but their E3 trailer when, like, no, it wasn't E3, it was at the PlayStation conference, whatever. What's their, they have, like, their own conference now in the middle of the year?
You're right. I don't remember.
Fuck, I forget. Anyway, like, their big reveal with that was, oh my god, we have dialogue options. That doesn't go anywhere, and it shows up in the most random of times and adds nothing to the game at all.
Dialogue options is like, do you want to say this or this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Which is new to the franchise, and it's just a complete waste of time. They use it maybe 3 or 4 times in the first half of the game, and then never again. I was like, at least they'll probably like have a nice little end cap at the end with it, but no.
Is it anything like it changes the way the story is going to play out overall?
Not at
No.
all.
Okay, lovely.
He literally says like 2 or 3 different sentences that basically say the same thing. Like there's one point when he's in a fist fight with someone, and you can choose his like sarcastic remark. And then he just gets punched in the face again. It's like, why? It's such a waste.
All right.
But the game's great, and I want to go play it, and that's all I want to do.
Yeah, there's always something you can improve. Like, I know we bitched a lot last January or December. No, it was January. When we were all talking about a review of Star Wars. No, it was December. It was December. Jesus. Sorry.
Yeah, it was December.
Yeah, it was our first episode, I think.
Yep.
Anyways, we were bitching a lot about Star Wars, but overall it was amazing, right? Like, we were just finding ways we would think to improve it, and I'm sure there's stuff with Uncharted 4 you could think of ways or small things that irritated you, but overall the experience is one of the best you've ever had.
Yeah, I wanted to at least have some negatives, and it took me a really long time to even think of those two things.
Well, I don't like when you were showing us the materials. Like, so you slide down a hill and get all muddy, and then you go in the water. I don't see the mud actually coming off. You just step out of the water and it's gone. So where did the mud go?
You want magic to happen in real time?
I want to see it dissolve into the water. Thank you. Like, you said the game was about polish, and I didn't see it. Didn't see it.
Oh, I forgot to mention, as animators, there's some amazing facial and just in general animation on that game.
Shout out to Keith Paciello.
Yeah, I've never met him, but I know his name, and I saw his name in the credits, and I was like, oh, I know his name.
He was an animator at Blue Sky for many years. Very talented guy. Was also at Disney. Now he's kicking some ass on Naughty Dog.
Like, that genuinely gets my panties, like, hard. Think about that one. So I'm going to explain that euphemism real quick. I have a vagina, and I got so moist, it leaked a lot. It was a slow flow into my panties, and then my panties hardened because the liquid dried. Anyway.
No, that totally makes sense.
Yeah, I got my panties hard just knowing that I know people that know animators that worked on Uncharted 4.
He was in town just a couple weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
He was the lead on the chain rig on the first Rio, like between the birds.
Mm-hmm.
He had to lead that shit up. That was very difficult.
Yeah.
That was... I remember that being quite the obstacle.
Yeah. If anybody's seen Rio, so like, there's a good portion of the movie where the two birds spend their whole time chained leg to leg. And I felt like kissed by Jesus, the fact that I never got cast a shot where they were chained together. That was awesome.
You never did?
I know. I never had to deal with that thing.
Wow.
Somehow I was like one of the only animators that completely avoided that stupid plot.
And that's why you got the Annie.
That's right. I was never strapped
Everyone
down
else
by a
had to
chain.
deal with technical shit. And you're just like, I'm going to make Linda cry.
Oh. Let's talk more shit about the Annies. Why is...
No.
No, okay. No, they're good.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're not.
So what else do we have to talk about, gentlemen?
Well, sing your song.
Oh. Meow. It's Michael C.
We got a brand new topic from the Berardini Meister.
I'm talking a lot in the second half of the show, so get used to my voice, you fucking cunt.
Jesus Christ.
Alright,
Come
so...
on, make this fast. We only...
Okay, this won't
just
go very
a few
long.
more.
Shut the fuck up. That only goes so far. Twice every episode is too far.
I'm going to do it again at the end.
Okay.
Like, we're already at an hour and 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Can we say hi to people?
Hi to people?
Yeah.
Sure. Like
Who are you going to say hi to?
Like Eric Lynn.
Hey, Eric.
And,
When you...
oh, Garrett.
Yeah, Garrett.
We said happy birthday to Garrett last
We
week,
did.
I think.
Oh, and, we found out recently Patrick Osborne listens.
Director of Feast. Director of Pearl.
Oscar winner.
Oscar winner.
That's
Really?
true.
You listened?
Yeah, he says hi, Pete.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he stopped by the studio.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't get to meet him. He walked by my desk real fast, and he, sort of made eyes at me, but sort of didn't. But in that moment, I knew that he knew that I knew that he knew.
Yeah.
That
All right, I know we're going to get to the Michael's top 6, but we're pretty self-deprecating on this podcast, but we do actually have quite a few listeners. And to have... I am a fan of Patrick Osborne. Like, his work is really impressive. And to have him stop by the studio, and he's really good friends with my wife, and so he stopped by, and to have him say, like, I did not talk... okay, so he brought up you, Pete, because you guys went to school together.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, yeah, Pete, I do a podcast with him. And he was like, yeah, I know. I'm one of your 3 listeners. So that was really fucking cool. I don't know if he still listens, but yeah.
You don't have to anymore. You listened once and you found out this wasn't for you. It's fine. But I'm glad you gave us the chance, and I appreciate it, and I look forward to looking into your eyes again. They're very beautiful. Goodbye.
No, Pat's a super nice guy.
Why is his eyes like that? Like
what, like super bright?
I could fall into those eyes and swim around a bit if I needed to, if he asked me to.
All right, going back to another guest we had on, Jamie Geiger. So Jamie and Geiger and I went to school together, and we eventually got an apartment together. And I still remember we were going to look at these apartments together. Sorry, I know this is another tangent, Steve Dollar.
Don't worry, we'll segue into the topics again.
Okay, good. So we were looking at apartments together, and there was this apartment called the Palomino Apartments. And this, I don't know what you call it, like realtor type person that was showing us the apartments.
Probably a real estate agent. There's a difference.
Okay, real estate agent.
I learned that on Modern Family last night.
Oh, good. Well, so this will be accurate. This real estate agent was driving us around in a go-kart, and he got to sit in front. And he has the bluest eyes. And this real estate agent looked...
a go-kart? Or like a golf cart?
Golf cart.
I was like, this is a crazy apartment.
A go-kart's like a race car, right? Okay, so a golf cart. This story
pulls up. Hey, guys, check it out. I'm going to show you an apartment. This is you.
So she looks over at Jamie, and he does have the bluest eyes, and literally said the line that you just said. Is like, I could go swimming in your eyes. And at that moment, I immediately became self-conscious that I have poo-poo brown eyes.
Yeah, they are pretty shit now that I look at them.
And it's like, so a few years ago, I don't know who I was talking with, but we got on the topic of blue eyes. And I was like, legitimately, if I could actually have blue eyes, not have contacts, I think I would pay upwards of like $40,000 to change my eye color.
No.
Oh, yeah.
You would look so weird.
I would look like Patrick Osborne.
No, you wouldn't.
Okay, well, not
you would
facially,
look like
but
a scary dog beast.
Okay, 2 things. Like, we're talking about. All right, we're gonna get a little like in terms of appeal. I think the 2 things that would improve me and would have improved. No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm just saying my overall
He was gonna say sex life.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go there. My overall sex life in my 20s. The thing that would improve it the most. Pete, don't shake your head. If I could have changed my eye color, and then if I was smart enough back then, I think I would have probably like put some mascara in my eyebrows.
What?
Darker eyebrows mixed with blue. Pete, what are you doing? Why are you so upset?
I'm trying not to laugh.
You know it would make a difference. If I had darker eyebrows, and blue eyes, I would have gotten laid at least another time.
So if you wore makeup, you would have gotten laid. That's what I got.
Okay, but I'm saying theoretically, if I could actually have those attributes.
Okay.
I feel like you've also said if you had an accent, you could have gotten.
Oh yeah, the trifecta. Mm-hmm. If I had all 3 of those things, it would have been game over.
Yeah.
I think you're selling yourself short, Jeff Gabor. I think you're a handsome man. I
feel like that definitely wouldn't have helped you at all.
Bullshit.
There's a lot of other shit keeping you from being
let's get Patrick Osborne on the podcast, and let's count up how many girls he slept with and how many I have.
I don't think that'll work.
I don't think you want to do that.
This is an open offer. Patrick, please tweet us. How many women
never going to be on the podcast. You realize this, right?
And this. Oh wait, his stats have to be pre-Oscar. Pre-Oscar, how many women has he slept with?
Because he's married, dude.
Yeah. Imagine the tail he's gotten now. He's married and has an Oscar.
You're the worst.
Jesus.
It's that like forbidden fruit thing. Women love that. This is like that video game thing we were talking about last week.
Patrick Osborne, I apologize for this beast of a dog.
Oh.
Did you ever get in trouble for last week's episode?
She never listened to the episode. I told you, she doesn't
That's
listen.
great. That's great. Pat, I miss you. I wish you the best and all your success out there.
He doesn't need any luck, that's for sure. Man.
We saw his new short, Pearl. It was really cool. I
Oh,
liked
yeah.
it quite a
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, Pete. Oh, that's news. That's news. We could put that right back in the news article.
Sure.
I think it's coming out this week or next week, right?
He
Officially?
said 2 weeks, and it was last week, so next week probably.
Yeah, so Pearl will be out for a lot of different virtual reality devices
For free.
for free. Really amazing short. Really good. I wish we only got to see it as the film version, but my wife got to try it out using the Vive. Vive?
Yeah.
Yes. And she really liked it, but I like that my wife had the opinion she actually liked the film version better.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sure it would change person to person, but that was pretty cool that she could give some of her experience about that and talk about that.
It is cool thinking about, like, if you make a VR movie, you're basically giving up your director's eye to the viewer. Like, they can look wherever the fuck they want.
Certainly, your director of photography gets compromised.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very interesting stuff to think about. Anyway, P. Osborne.
Check it out, Pearl.
Yeah. If you want to be on the show, well, you can come on any time of the day. All day.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
You don't have to subjugate yourself to that, though.
But you have to have a good mic, your own laptop, a good microphone, and be willing to...
Give us your Skype.
Oh, yeah. And it has to be at night, kind of. Like...
We can make it work for him. We can make it work.
Yeah, I
We
guess.
can make it work.
I don't know. We'd have to talk about it.
Yeah, just DM us.
DM.
Direct message.
Just PM me on Facebook if you want to.
No, Pete doesn't know what's going on. DM me at Mujaba. Speaking of Twitter, I might have to change my list now. My top 6 is top 6 people to follow on Twitter.
Oh, okay. This is cool.
Really, probably nobody will appreciate except me because Twitter is all about following
Oh,
people
God.
that you like.
Okay.
I picked the ones that were more general and relative to people. Oh, this is a overusage of the fart tonight. Let's just go ahead.
People like it.
Nobody has ever said that they liked the fart noise.
Emily Goulet, I feel like you like the fart noise, right?
Random.
Definitely
Random.
Eric likes the fart noise. Top 6. I don't know. I'm trying to... I don't have an order for this yet, but this will probably be least relevant to everyone. Maybe most relevant. Who the fuck knows? Corey Schmitz. At Corey Schmitz. He's just a really fucking cool graphic designer that I pretty much like everything that he does. He's done a lot of logos for video games and stuff. He did the logo for the Oculus, which is just that like really iconic circular rectangle sort of looking thing. But like his shit is just
How do you spell Corey?
CORYSCHMITZ. MITZ.
M-I-T... Schmitz.
Yeah. But his stuff is usually like very solid colory. He did the Polygon logo, their latest logo, which I fucking love. Click on this one. He did the logo for Below, which I think is like a fucking awesome logo.
You talked about that last week, Pete. Below.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you like graphic design at all, I'm big into his stuff. He does a lot of cool stuff.
Do you think he's friends with Jonathan Below?
Potentially.
I'm Below.
Yeah, maybe we'll hear from Jonathan Below later. Okay, next one. And this isn't in any order because I didn't do it. Everybody follow Guillermo del Toro on Twitter.
Who's he?
Really? I didn't write down their actual Twitter handles. I think Corey Schmitz is just at Corey Schmitz, but Del Toro is like at Real Del Toro or something. But he basically like daily will post things that inspire him and artists that inspire him. So pretty much at least once a day there's a series of 4 images from an artist that has inspired him or he just finds cool with like a little bit of bio about that artist, or he recommends books, he recommends classic movies. Like, he's a wealth of information and he's a fucking smart guy and he's sharing all of it with everyone on Twitter. So he actually might be my number 1 guy to follow for everyone listening. All right, the next 3 are to give a little light to your Twitter feed, a little humor. Okay, first one for people who like when they poke fun at Sony, or just if you like making fun of Sony. CEO Kaz Hirai. He's like he's not the actual CEO. It's a joke account.
CEO?
Yeah, CEO Kaz Hirai.
How do you spell that?
K-A-Z.
K-A-Z.
I think it's H-U-R-A-I.
H-A-R-A-I.
Oh yeah, it is AI.
Oh, he's Asian.
So it's a parody account. Let me just find something funny, fill the air. You're not doing it. Here's a funny one, actually. We hope consumers look at Uncharted 4 and say, these graphics are perfect, but I'd still buy an upgraded PS4 for slightly better graphics. Because the rumor for the Sony 4.5.
That's funny.
Why are you looking up?
Hey, I'm trying to find one a thing that I thought was funny.
Okay. Another one for the Star Wars fans. Look up Emo Kylo Ren. Emo Kylo Ren.
Emo Kylo Ren.
We got that one.
Why are you typing Twitter?
Wait, because it's funny.
See, I'm not even on Wi-Fi here, so everyone also follow Patrick Osborne on Twitter. Patrick at Patrick T Osborne. Boom. There's just butts on your monitor right now. Anyway, look up Emo Kylo Ren. I'm not going to find shit for you. The other funny one, look up Carrot Facts. You're not paying attention,
No,
Jeff.
I'm making my own jokes over here. I'm going to share a good one.
Carrot Facts is funny. It's a guy who talks about carrots a lot and how his girlfriend broke up with him and how he likes to eat carrots. And he has lots of spelling errors and it's humorous. All right? Fine. Number 1, follow JAFMM Podcast. Go eat a dick.
Okay, and then I got one. I heard about this last week and it's funny to me.
Okay.
It's a
I'm
stupid
going to
hook.
not laugh like you didn't laugh at mine.
Oh, I should set this up better.
I have one
Okay.
that's good too.
Okay, you go first.
All right. This guy is named Chooch, and it's spelled at CH000CH. And he makes all kinds of little funny jokes. It's all just jokes. One of my favorite ones is when he says trees are lazy pieces of shit. I find that very humorous.
They are lazy pieces of shit.
What's yours, Jeff?
Okay, so I got this guy, and I think he's really funny. So there's a guy named Joel Olstein.
Nope.
Yes.
Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I added an L, didn't I?
You did.
Because of the Joel part.
Yeah.
Joel Osteen. He's part of the Evangelical Church. So this isn't the funny part.
Evangelical.
Evangelical. So that's not the Twitter feed to follow, but there's a mock Twitter feed called Joel Dongstein, which takes his Twitter feed and every time he uses the word God, replaces it with my dick. So here's a couple examples. You may have been dropped, but you need to get ready. Your dick's about to lift you. He's about to set you on a higher place. Or your dick's blessed you with influence, but with blessings come oppositions. Don't stay focused on the burden and miss the blessing. Your dick knows every seed you've sown, every sacrifice. What you do for others in secret, he will reward you in the open. It is fucking funny. It's such a simple thing, but it's fucking funny. Joel Dongstein. And it's good stuff.
Good. Proud of you.
I came up with one.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Search Carrot Facts.
Okay. On Twitter?
Yeah, just search there.
Oh, look at this. What's so funny about Carrot Facts? Is there...
That one. At Real Carrot Facts.
They may look like 2 carrots, but they tasted like dog spray when I licked them. It's a picture of 2 construction cones.
Like dog spray?
You gotta read it with all the typos, though.
One of biggest carrots I ever seen.
No.
When life give you lemnos, have a carrot.
See, the best thing is there's a bunch of dumb carrot things, and then every once in a while there's one like this. Maybe Megan think about me, but I don't think about her a lot, honestly.
That's so stupid. Donald Trump looked like a fat carrot.
If you squint your eyes real hard, a football look like a dry brown carrot, honestly.
Honestly.
Well, anyway.
I'm talking about.
We've got a new review in, everybody.
Oh,
So,
Jesus Christ. All right, I've been waiting to hear this one.
Leave your reviews at JAFMM Podcast on iTunes, and you may have your chance to get your review read by Michael Berardini.
So I don't normally read these in advance. I glance at them. This one I had to figure out.
Oh, no.
Is it some cryptic Jonathan Blow shit?
Well, it is from user Johnny Blows.
Ooh, Johnny Blows.
Title of this review: Yo, who these clowns? 5 stars. Here we go. Yo, my homeboy Big Red told me to check this podcast because they keep talking about me and shit. I peeped they shit and it was dope, yo. I really don't think these fools talking about me unless my baby mama Juanita Shanita Folina be talking shit about me again. I'm gonna have to put that bass in check. I don't sound like a little bitch with a speech problem, you feel me? That's probably how you should. But about this podcast, Pete pretends to be all Mr. Nintendo, but even my homie from the Clink Slippy Buns can tell the Super Metroid soundtrack within 2 seconds. Don't know if I can trust that foo. Mike sounds like he would make it into Clink pretty good, because anyone who fellatios his own dad can do it to Mr. Sandman. That wasn't even the joke. It's blown out of proportion so much.
That was funny.
Dende's Jeff Gabor, who fantasizes about doing other hoes besides his wifey. That's cool, whatever. Keep you happy, bruh. But I don't sound like some little bass, so cut that shit out or I'll send Jimmy Shoots to say hi to your kneecaps. Capiche? 5 motherfucking stars. Jonathan Blow, a.k.a. Johnny Blows.
Oh, good. That's good shit. Thanks, Johnny Blows.
Thanks, Diego. You officially made us all feel uncomfortable.
I hope Dad doesn't read that review. Jeff Gabor, he's the one that wants to sleep with other women. Nope.
But 5 stars. So that's pretty good.
That's good.
How about that? That was a pretty good episode.
We're not done, motherfucker.
okay.
Check it out. Remember when I wrote the Tetris movie?
Yeah.
Remember how I'm writing the Centipede movie?
Yeah? You want to pitch us that?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying I'm creating a shitty cinematic universe over here. Bejeweled. It's gonna go. The movies that I just said. What were they? Tetris.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by Bejeweled.
Yeah.
Followed by Centipede.
Yeah, but they're already making a Centipede. You can't have that.
No, it's mine.
Okay.
They're letting me write both, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah, but is that the part 3 in the trilogy that they optioned?
No, listen to me. I'm getting there.
Oh, these are separate movies.
These are standalone movies.
Yeah, but Tetris is a trilogy already.
But then, the Amiga homeboy is the Justice League of these movies. I don't know. What's the Amiga shit called? What would be a good relevant term for Justice League to shitty old games that nobody cares about anymore?
Action 52.
Action 52. Boom, we got it.
That's pretty good, Pete.
Yeah, why not?
That's some nerdy shit.
That
just
is some
went over
nerdy
everybody's head.
But it sounds cool.
That does sound pretty good.
Well, the story of Action 52 is it was a game made independently, and they packed 52 games in one cartridge, and they charged $200. The problem was some of the games didn't work, some of the games were incomplete, and some of the games that did work were completely broken. So,
dude,
it's
but
just
that's like that's like the Infinity Stones in the Marvel universe. We combine them to make the ultimate cartridge, and then blam, we can destroy China or whatever. I don't know.
North Korea, please.
Still trying to figure out the Centipede movie.
just shoot the head.
Yeah, but is it like aliens, or did we mutate our own animals, our own insects? And is centipedes just the beginning? Is there more?
Deep.
I feel like why not just do a Space Invaders movie? Like that's so open.
Yeah.
Option that, man.
But it's also...
I don't think Space Invaders was Atari, though. I think it was, I don't think Atari owns the rights to that anymore.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know what you didn't talk about was Civil War.
Oh, yeah? None of you guys saw it. All I do is talk about the media that I consume that you guys should consume to talk about on the podcast. But
should I see it?
Yeah, you should.
All right, well, this has been just a few more minutes podcast. All right, we're running out of steam. Thanks for listening, everybody. Another great episode. Subscribe on YouTube if you'd like. Leave a comment on iTunes, and Michael may read it. And
if you see us, give us some money. Just tip us for what we do here. Keep me going.
We're just stalling to try to make this an even 1 hour 30 minutes.
We're not even at the hour 30. It says 140.
No, that's how long we've been talking to Pete. We've only been recording for an hour and 28 minutes.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's think here. I'm almost done with this whiskey that I got as a birthday gift from friend Louis. Not Louis, Louis. It's good.
Louis.
It's very good, and I quite like it. It's Jefferson's Reserve. Very old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Very small batch. Comes in a bottle that I quite like. Here's a little preview for you of what you might hear when you bring this sucker home yourself.
Jesus.
I've also
Didn't you guys want to talk about animation tests?
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
Everyone just fucking clicked off and isn't listening anymore.
I know.
Hold on. That's us choking.
Well, we should bring it up. I think it's an interesting point. Like, we can ramble on. Do you want to say this for next episode, or do you want to go?
I will save it for next time. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, we're about 10 seconds out from the even 1:30, so...
Okay.
Sorry to prime you for a little ear sex, listeners, but get over it.
All right, so next episode, look forward to talking about animation tips or discussions about animation tests to get into studios. Both Pete and I are quite familiar with doing tests for studios and what they're looking for, and hopefully how, just anecdotally, how stressful they can be and stuff. So we'll talk about that next episode. This has been Just a Few More Minutes podcast. We're three veterans of the animation industry. Talk about... Listen, nobody's listening to this exit. They're listening to the music and don't give a fuck, right?
Sure, yeah. I got nothing anymore. My brain's on this script I'm working on.
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, let's find out how many people listen to this part by, like, tweeting or just saying, how can we indicate who's listened to this part?
If you listen to this part, please tweet at JAFMM Podcast, but CC Jeff Gabor, Mujaba, and Pete Paquette on it, and say banana.
Yeah.
There you have it.
We'll see. We'll see how many tweets we get of banana. We'll retweet it.
We'll retweet. No, we're not going to retweet it because then
gonna...
people can see how many few people actually tweeted at us banana.
This has been Just a Few More Minutes podcast. This is episode 12. We're three veterans of the animation industry. We talk about video games, animation. What did I say? We're veterans of the animation and video game industry.
Sure. I wasn't listening.
You weren't listening. It's been automatic at this point.
Mm-hmm.
All right. This shit has been bananas. Good night, Pete.
Good night, gentlemen.
Love you.
Good night, Michael.
Good night.
Good night, John Boy.